Hello everyone. So we're going to continue our discussion on the introduction to industrial security concept. This is Leia 3, no? Leia 3 ito sa new curriculum. Okay? So this time we're going to talk about security lighting. Yan yung unang topic natin in continuation no, sa nung part 1 na video. Okay. So, ano ba si security lighting? What is security lighting? Of course, in relation to the types of protective lighting. Okay, when we say these are all security lighting. Okay, so when we say security lighting, this is the strategic use of artificial lighting. Okay, just to provide adequate illumination. Pag sinabi natin adequate, enough, no, or sufficient illumination. Okay, para may liwanag in and around the buildings, no? It may be in the facilities and some outdoor areas, of course, during hours of darkness. So the purpose of security lighting is to basically ma-enhance yung safety, ma-enhance yung security by improving as well visibility. Okay, para makita, no? Or it could be discouraging mga criminal activities kung may planong mag-infiltrate, no? Or magnakaw na sa loob ng establishment or business establishment, no? And somehow, it assists as well the surveillance systems, no? And enable the security personnel, yung mga occupants to para ma-detect nila kung mayroong mga potential threats, no? It helps, no? Security lighting ay isa siya sa mga may pinakamalaking ambag, no? When it comes to security. Okay, so di ba nga noon wala pang ganitong kagandang security lighting noon, no? When we trace back ancient civilizations, no? Ano pa yung gamit nilang lighting? Torch, no? Mga torches, mga oil lamps, and even mga fire beacons, no? And then hanggang sa Middle Ages, nag-improve na, nag-develop na yung lights, no? Meron na sa mga streets, no? Until such time, if you still remember, Thomas Edison, no? Siya yung nag-invent ng electric light bulb, no? Si Thomas Edison. Kung naalala nyo, hanggang sa it became adopted in different parts of the world, no? And then gagamit siya sa mga industrial facilities hanggang sa in the early or in the late rather 20th century. So ito na, it gives birth to yung mga high intensity discharge na mga lamps nung meron ng mga halogen lights. Okay? And then hanggang sa ngayon, no, meron na tayong mga LED technology. Okay? May mga sensors na at kung iba-iba pa. And even meron na tayong mga tinatawag na mga CCTV, no? Okay. Okay, kung ito-trace natin yung security lighting. So anyway, let's talk now about the types of protective lighting. Ano ba yung protective lighting? So when we say protective lighting, this is the lighting systems that is specifically designed. Okay, specifically designed to what? Okay, ano ba yung security lighting? I mean protective lighting. Okay, this is specifically designed to what? Okay, to improve what, improve security. Okay, to improve security, to ano pa ba, to prevent crime, at lalong lalo na yung pinaka goal talaga to protect people, no, and then the property, kasi saka na lang yung property, people talaga yung pinaka importante, di ba? Okay, preservation of life. Okay, next is property. Okay, so isa na dito yung protective lighting, this stationary luminary, or tinatawag siyang continuous lighting or continuous lighting. Lagyan mo kuan. Okay, continuous lighting. Okay, ano ba yung ibig sabihin stationary luminary? Okay, it is also known as glare projection or controlled lighting. It consists of fixed luminaries. Okay, meron siyang fixed luminaries installed to continuously illuminate a specific area during the hours of darkness. Okay, it is also known as continuous lighting. Meron siyang fixed light okay, fixtures, okay, that is being installed in, okay, permanent locations. Okay, it is being installed in permanent locations. So it will remain continuously uh, paggabi, no? Okay, just to provide constant illumination. Pag sinabi natin constant, no? Sa Bisaya pa permanente, no? Over kung ano yung designated area. Halimbawa dito sa labas, sa pintuan, okay, sa may fence, no? Okay, so the purpose of the stationary, one of the purpose of stationary or luminary or continuous lighting is to provides uninterrupted visibility pag gabi, no? Okay, and somehow it deter criminals as well, no? Okay, and then siyempre, andyan na yung it assess the security guards, mga CCTV cameras para ma-monitor yung premises, okay? Okay, next we have um, the standby lighting. By the way, ano pa ba yung mga halimbawa ng um, continuous lighting, no? Isa na dun yung glare projection lighting, no? It emits very bright lights. And okay, next is the standby lighting. Okay, what is standby lighting? Okay, lighting that can be activated manually, o pwede i-activate manually or automatically by a special device when a suspicious entry or security threat is detected. Okay. So, similar siya, the standby lighting, parang ano siya, similar siya sa continuous lighting. Okay. But, yung lights niya, it remain off during normal conditions. Okay. And, ma-activate lang pag kailangan. Okay. Pwedeng, again, pwede siyang i-switch manually. Sino mag-switch? Siyempre, security personnel or pwede ding i-switch automatically through gagamit ng mga sensors, mga alarms, or iba't ibang mga detection devices pag may mga suspicious activity na being detected. Okay. So the purpose of the standby lighting is to, one of the purpose pala is to save energy. Okay. Kasi nga, it operates only when it is being required. Okay. So, usually, yung standby lighting, ginagamit siya sa mga, sa bangko, okay, sa mga area na we call that restricted areas, no? Okay, mga industrial facilities or industrial establishments, no? Okay, yung iba din ginagamit din naman sa mga residential homes pero pili lang, no? Okay. Next is the movable or portable lighting. It is consists of movable searchlights or floodlights that can be positioned in selected locations, requiring temporary illumination for a limited, okay, period. So, it consists of searchlights. Ayan, mga searchlights. Okay, or it consists of floodlights, no? Or iba't ibang portable. Pag sabi portable, nadadala kahit saan, no? Portable lighting equipment siya. Pwede siyang hindi katulad ng ibang lighting na standby lang talaga. This one is can be relocated to different areas kung as much as necessary or as much as needed. Okay, so it is manually operated as well. Okay, and then it is used as well to illuminate mga specific locations. Limited period lang, no? So, one of the purpose of the movable or portable lighting kaya ginagamit siya is to, it provides temporary lighting, no? Kung kunyari walang available na permanent lighting, so somehow nandyan si movable or si portable lighting. Okay, may ano ba, plan B, no? Okay, next. Usually ginagamit siya sa mga ano, outdoor events, no? Pwede rin sa mga pwede rin sa crime scene, no? Sa searches, rescue operations, pwede rin, no? Okay? Okay, those are those of the types of protective lighting. Okay, now let's talk about the lighting source naman. No? There are different types of lighting source. Okay, ano ba yung lighting sources? What is lighting sources? Okay, these are the, it could be lamps or bulbs, katulad nito. no, that produces artificial lights. Okay? For ginagamit siya sa bahay, no? Okay, sa mga business establishments, no? Industries, security system. Okay? So first is incandescent lamp. Okay, ano ba yung incandescent lamp as one of the type of the lighting sources? So this is a common electric light bulb that produces light by heating a filament until it glows. This is the filament. Okay, these are traditionally found in homes and small establishments. So this is the pag sorry, pag sinabing incandescent lamp, this is traditional light bulb lang. A traditional bulb that can be commonly, ito yung ginagamit natin sa bahay, no? Okay, it produces light by passing through electricity through a tungsten filament. O yan, that is a tungsten filament. Okay, and it causes it to become hot. Yung hotness yan, okay, it emit lights. Okay, so, syempre, ano ba yung mga purposes nito? Actually, this is one of the oldest, no? Yung incandescent lamp. Ito talaga yung isa sa mga oldest na types of lighting source. Okay, ito kasi yung most widely used na lighting sources kasi aside sa mura, no, accessible, easily accessible, no, nabibili lang kasi sa hardware, no? Okay? So, it provides instant illumination pag switch mo, no? May switch yan. Okay. And it produces anong color niya? Warm, yellowish, or white light. Okay? So, sa bahay talaga yung usually it is being used, no? Okay, pwede din sa mga small offices. Okay, pwede din sa guardhouse. Okay? Next lighting source is the gaseous discharge lamp. Okay, it is a lamp that produces light by passing an electric current through a gas. Okay, it usually requires 2 to 5 minutes to reach full brightness when cold and may take longer to restart after interruption. Okay, it produces light, no, by passing electricity through gas or tinatawag natin yung vapor, no? Vapor inside the sealed tube. Okay? So, again, it requires ilang minutes, 2 to 5 minutes ha, huwag mong kalimutan, okay? It requires 2 to 5 minutes. Okay, 2 to 5 minutes para ma-reach yung kanyang full brightness. Okay, kung especially lalo na kung first switch mo pa lang, no? Or after kunyari nag-brown out or nag-black out o merong power interruption. So usually it requires 2 to 5 minutes, no, to reach the full brightness. Yan yung characteristic ng gaseous discharge source. And aside from that, it has more energy efficient than sa yung kanina yung incandescent lamps. Okay, and then longer din yung life, no, ng gaseous discharge lamp. Okay, mas brighter illumination siya. And this is suitable, the gaseous discharge lamp, this is suitable for outdoor. No? Pwede siya sa outdoor security. Okay, so saan ba to usually ginagamit? Yung gaseous discharge lamp, this is usually used in sa mga large security areas, no? Katulad nito, mga factory, no? Okay, or mga industrial facilities. Okay, pwede din sa streets. Okay? Okay, next is the quartz lamp. Okay, quartz, okay, that is Z ha, Z. Uh, napahirap pa tuloy. Okay, that is not S. That is quartz lamp. Hindi na, sorry for my not small. Okay, that is quartz lamp. Okay, this is a lamp that emits a very bright white light. Okay, it is commonly used in areas requiring intense illumination, such as security lighting, photography, and industrial applications. Okay, so it is also known as, aside from that, it is also known as quartz halogen lamp. Okay, quartz halogen lamps kasi nagproproduce siya ng sobrang liwanag, no? Very, very bright white light. Okay, meron din siyang katulad sa light bulb, no? Incandescent lamp na merong tungsten filament. Okay, but this one, it is enclosed in a quartz glass bulb. Okay, high din yung watts ng quartz lamp, no? Very high wattage. Okay? It provides strong illumination as well over yung mga malalaking area. Okay? So, mas bright din siya, no? Okay, so usually this quartz lamp, it is used in sa mga fences, no? Pag nag-install ng perimeter barrier. So, di ba, perimeter barrier, it could be fence. Okay? Sa mga ginagamit din to sa mga stadiums, no? And even mga military installations, okay? Mga malalaking compound, no? Okay, yun yung usually ginagamit si quartz lamp. Okay, next is metal halide lamp. Okay, a high intensity discharge lamp that resembles a mercury vapor lamp in appearance, okay, but offers higher luminous efficiency and better color rendition. Okay, it is commonly used in stadiums, parking lots, and large outdoor areas. So similar, no? Halos similar siya sa mercury vapor lamp, but it produces brighter light. Mas better yung kanyang color quality sa metal halide lamp. Similar siya, but mas better yung kanyang color quality kasi it offers high luminous efficiency. Okay? So, madali lang, so sobrang liwanag, madali mo lang makikita, yung ma-identify yung mga objects, no? Okay, sa sobrang liwanag ng metal halide lamp. Okay? Very clearly visible. Okay? So, usually, ginagamit siya when our clear visibility is important. Okay, katulad ng yung mga nakikita niyo mga lights sa airport, no, gumagamit din sila ng mga metal halide lamp, no, sa mga shopping centers, no, sa Gaisano, ano pa ba, sa SM, okay, ano ba, Robinson, no, mga metal halide lamp, usually yung mga ginagamit nila. Okay? Next is fluorescent lamp. Oh, ito, fluorescent lamp. Okay, this is a lighting source that provides good color rendition, high energy efficiency, and long service life. Okay, it is widely used in offices. Makikita naman natin, no, na gumagamit ng fluorescent, hindi na basta bulb lang, no? Schools and commercial building. So, yung kanyang light na na-produce din, it passes the electricity through mercury vapor. Okay. It cause, meron tinatawag na phosphor, no? Yung coating sa loob ng tube. O, yan yung nag-glow. Okay. As to the result of the fluorescent lamp, we all know that it produces soft, evenly distributed light. Okay? Maganda din yung kanyang color rendition. So, usually talaga pag fluorescent sa mga indoor lang to, no, lighting. Kasi nga hindi niya kayang i-project. Hindi niya kayang mag-project ng light over long distances. So, usually indoor lang talaga sa loob ng office, sa loob ng school, or sa hospital, no? Sa loob ng hospital, mga hallways, no? Mga indoor lang talaga usually. Okay? Next is kasi nga hindi niya na-accommodate, hindi niya kaya mag-project ng light over long distances. Okay? So those are those as to the types of lighting source. Okay, now we're going to proceed with the types of lighting equipment. Okay, first is floodlights. Okay, floodlights is used to accommodate most outdoor security lighting needs, no, including the illumination of boundaries, fences, buildings, and other vital areas to help reduce crime and enhance security. This is a high intensity lighting fixtures, no, yung C floodlights. Okay, this is designed talaga to illuminate large outdoor areas. Okay, meron siyang broad beam of light. Like this one, no, meron siyang broad beam of light. No, it covers a wide area with bright illumination para ah, maliwanag, no, maliwanag paggabi, madaling ma-spot yung mga intruders, no, o kung may intruders man. Okay, siyempre isa yan sa reason, no, sa purpose bakit nag-i-install tayo ng mga lights, no. Okay, yung floodlights pala, if hindi nyo alam, one of the characteristic of the floodlights is it can penetrate light fog. Light lang, light fog, and including mist, no, under normal conditions. Okay, usually ginagamit si floodlight sa mga building exterior, sa mga parking lot or houses, ganyan, sa labas ng industrial compounds, no, okay, or mga perimeter fences. Okay, next is street lights. Okay, street lights is lighting fixtures installed along roads, streets, and public areas. So, kasi nga, street lights na. They are widely recognized for their effectiveness in improving visibility and reducing crime. Okay, these are permanently na siya na na-installed, no? Installed na lighting fixture. These are installed permanently. Okay, it illuminate, it give light sa mga kalsada, sa mga sidewalks, no? Or even mga public places, no? Paggabi, okay? Okay, para may visibility yung mga pedestrian, no? Tayo, may mga visibility yung mga motorista, okay? So somehow, with the help of street lights, no, it reduce as well mga or it enhances public safety, it enhances security, and as well it help reduce crime, no, kasi nga mayroon siyang nighttime visibility. Okay, yan yung ano niya, usual uses, no, sa mga roads, no, highway, no, sa highway, mga parks, okay, or even mga commercial districts. Okay, next is searchlights. Okay, searchlights is a highly focused incandescent lamps designed to illuminate and pinpoint potential trouble spots or suspicious activities over long distance. So yung searchlights class, this is a high-powered lighting devices. Okay? Nagpo-produce siya ng focus beam. Oh, katulad nito, no? Merong focus beam. Okay, focus beam. Okay, focus beam that is capable of illuminating mga distant objects. So, it give lights. Okay? Okay, para maliwanag, there is lights. No? Say there is illumination, no? Okay? It produces concentrated beam of light. Kagaya niyan. Kaya nito. Okay? Paano naman siya i-operate? So, manual, of course, no? And it can be lighted, no, toward a specific locations, or it can be manually directed, no, towards a specific location. And somehow as well is ginagamit din ito kunyari may mga suspicious na mga persons, no, na kunyari pumapasok sa isang building, meron kang na parang may tumutunog sa different area, no. Okay, so pag searchlights is used in this activity, and because somehow it provides long range illumination as well, no. Okay? Usually ginagamit 'to ng merong ganito si security guard, 'no? Okay, so 'pag police operation din meron usually ginagamit din nila 'to, 'no? Mga correctional, lalong-lalo na correctional institutions, 'no? Okay, 'di ba meron tayong mga different correctional institutions in the country, seven, there were seven major correctional institutions, no? Okay, San Ramon Prison Penal Farm, no? Isa na yan, ang dami pa. Kay Davao, Canal Colony. So, ito yung ginagamit nila. Bilibid, New Bilibid Prison. Okay? So, they uses doon sa labas, no? Ng perimeter fences, mga correctional institution. And it is used as well. Ito yung ginagamit din ng mga border security, no? And other search and rescue operation, the searchlights. Okay? Okay. Next is, kasi nga ano yun, ano ulit yun, nagpo-provide siya ng beam of light, no? Napaka-narrow ng nagpo-provide niya na beam of light. There is concentrated beam of light. Okay? Next. Okay, Fresnel. Meron tayong tinatawag na Fresnel lights. Okay, wide beam lighting units primarily used to extend illumination in long horizontal strips, providing protection for approaches to perimeter barriers and security uh, zones. Okay, the Fresnel lights class is uses a special Fresnel na lens para mag-spread ng light. Sobrang wide ng kanyang horizontal beam, no? Pag sinabing horizontal, okay, para matandaan nyo, ano bang kaibahan ng vertical at horizontal? Pag horizontal, letter H, meaning higa. Okay. Pag vertical, varog, no? Yung iba kasi nalilito, no? Alin ba sa dalawa, yung horizontal at vertical. Anyway, the Fresnel lens spread light into wide horizontal beam, no? Somehow it allow efficient, no, illumination over sa mga long distances. Okay? Again, it provides a wide and even beam of light. Okay? This is usually used, no, sa mga narrow areas or to illuminate long narrow areas. Okay? So somehow, pag sa mga fences class, pang perimeter barriers, nare-reduce niya yung shadows, no, sa mga fences. Nare-reduce niya sa sobrang liwanag. Okay? Usually ginagamit siya sa mga airport perimeters, no? Meron din pwede din siya ginagamit din ito sa correctional institution, mga large security compounds, no, and even military facilities. Okay? So those of the different types of lighting equipment. Okay, now let's talk about the protective alarms. Okay. Okay, so when we say protective alarms, of course, is in connection with before we're going to talk about the basic parts of the alarm system, no? Okay, when we say protective alarms, is are mga security devices that is designed para i-detect yung mga, of course, nandyan na si unauthorized entry, kung may mga suspicious activities, may mga emergencies within sa protected area. So yung pinaka-purpose talaga ng protective alarms is to warn security personnel or yung mga owner ng building, ng establishment or ng bahay, kung ano pa man yan, no? Okay, immediately, no? Okay, whenever may mga intrusion, mga security threat na mangyayari. Okay, somehow, these protective alarms, hindi man yung pinaka-purpose talaga is um, para hindi matuloy, but somehow, to detect or para ma-delay, no? Para ma-delay yung access ng criminal or ng intruder, no? Okay, so it provides early warning before may mga damage pa na mangyayari or bago manakaw muna yung sinasabing property, no? Okay, so these are commonly installed sa mga bangko, sa bahay, pwede rin sa mga opisina, no? Okay, so now let's talk now about what are these three basic parts of the alarm system. So first, meron tayong sensor or trigger device. So this is a device that detects an intrusion, movement, or abnormal conditions and initiates the alarm process. Okay, it activates the alarm system by sending a signal when a security breach occurs. Okay, ang dami kong fans na mga ano. Ngayon, ayan, wala na. Okay, yung sensor, this is an example of sensor. Okay, ito sa door sensor ito. Okay, tinatawag din siyang trigger device. Part siya ng alarm system ha. Anong kakayahan niya? It detects unusual activity pag may mga or mga unauthorized entry. Kaya nang i-detect yung mga movement. Kaya nang i-detect yung movement pag may gumagalaw or pag may vibration, kung ano mang uh, may sounds man, okay, or hit, no? Or pwede rin hit, no? Or the opening of doors and windows. Somehow it sends a signals pag merong security breach na na-detect. Okay, so nag-i-initiate yung alarm system. Okay, kunyari this door sensor, o na-detect niya yung pag na-open, no, without authorization. So immediately it activates the alarm. Usually dito siya nilalagay, no. Next is transmission line. Okay, transmission line as part of the alarm system, the circuit or communication pathway that transmits the message or signal from the sensor to the signaling apparatus or control unit. So, parang this is communication path, no? Communication path siya. Nagki-carry siya ng signal galing sa sensor, okay, patungo sa alarm control unit or signaling device. Kaya again, nagta-transmit ng alarm signal quickly, no? Nagko-connect siya sa lahat ng parts ng alarm system kung nakikita nyo. So, it may use electrical wiring, no, or mga telephone lines or mga wireless communication. So, kagaya halimbawa, pag yung yung door or yung window sensor is na-trigger siya, yung transmission line, it sends the signal to the alarm panel. Okay? Next is the enunciator or tinatawag din siyang signaling device. Okay, this is the component that activates the alarm and emits audible, no, sobrang ingay, no, visual or combined warning signals to alert occupants or security personnel. So part din siya ng alarm system ha. It produces a warning signal, no, after it receives information galing doon sa kanyang sensor. So nag-activate siya ng siren, no, or bell. Okay, or yung iba katulad nito, nagfa-flash yung kanyang light, red light, o yung iba merong voice alarm. Okay, somehow pag ito na yung nangyayari, it alerts security personnel o yung nakatira mismo sa bahay, no, or mga it could be law enforcement, no, kung yan yung uses niya, and it indicates the location or the type of alarm. Pag may mga kunyari may mga na-detect na mga motion inside building, o wala na, tapos 8:00 na ng gabi, yung enunciator nag ano siya, nag-a-alarm siya, not just usual alarm but loud alarm. And yung iba katulad nito, nagfa-flash siya ng warning lights. Okay? These are the enunciator. Okay? So much for those alarm system. Let's proceed to types of protective alarm system. Systems naman yung pag-uusapan natin. Huwag natin tawag na central station system, proprietary, local alarm, auxiliary, dial alarm system. Saan ba dito yung nagko-connect directly sa police station? Guess what? Kung saan dyan. Okay? So first, let's talk about the central station system. Okay? So a central station system is monitored by, sinong nagmo-monitor? Siyempre, professional, no? Kung sa security company, professional security company. So saan nakikita yung central station? It is located outside the plant or hindi siya sa mismong building, no? Hindi siya sa mismong plant or establishment. It is located outside the protective establishment. So paano ba nagwo-work yung central station system? Pag na-activate yung alarm, may signal na masisend doon sa central monitoring station. So yung mga operators doon, ito mga operators, no? They immediately verify the alarm and then they notify the police. Or pag sunog, okay, they notify the Bureau of Fire Protection or the fire department or other mga emergency responders. Okay? So usually ginagamit ang central station system sa mga bangko, no? Mga large offices, industrial plants, no? Or it may commercial na mga building, no? Okay. Next is meron siyang separate compound, no? In which they tie their alarm system to a central station. Okay, next is proprietary system. From the word proprietary, no? You can already discern. So when we say proprietary system, it is monitored within the organization itself. Okay, within the organization itself. Okay, by its own security department or control. So it is located mismo sa industrial firm itself with a duty operator. So pag na-activate yung alarm, yung on-duty na security operator, for example, this person, he respond immediately and contacts the appropriate emergency service, no? Kung bomba yan, o bomb, meron tayong natawag ng mga bomb experts, no? Kung ambulance, then ambulance. Okay? Usually ginagamit yung proprietary system sa school, no? Universities, sa airports, or mga large factories. Okay? Next is the local alarm system. Okay, a local alarm system, it activates a siren or bell. Ito yung na-activate, yung siren is bell. It will be sounded only within the protected area. Kunyari dito, kung ano lang yung protected area. Okay, it does not automatically notify the police, yung local alarm system, ha? Hindi siya automatically nag-notify or other emergency agencies. Pag may pumapasok na intruder, kunyari sa isang premises, nag-a-alarm, okay, may alarm sounds para somehow i-alert yung mga occupants, no? Okay, so usually ginagamit siya sa residential houses. Okay, mga small offices or mga small na mga negosyo or small building, no? Okay, next alarm system is auxiliary system. Okay, so it is an installation-owned system which is a ito na yung direct extension of the local enforcement agency or fire department by special arrangement. Okay, so si auxiliary system class. So ito yung system na sinasabi ko kanina na kung nakakonect siya directly sa local police, sa PNP, okay, sa police station, sa BFP, okay, through a special agreement. Paano ba siya nag-work yung auxiliary system? Once na na-activate siya, yung alarm niya, it immediately magsisend na siya ng signal sa mga emergency response emergency. Okay? Okay, magsisend siya ng signal, no, sa emergency response agency rather, no, para may assistance agad. Okay? Usually ginagamit yung auxiliary system sa mga bangko, saka yung mga high risk area or high security buildings. Okay? Okay, next is the dial alarm system. This is not usual, no, yung dial alarm system. So it automatically calls. Mayroon ng tinatawag na pre-programmed telephone number or predetermined telephone number. Okay, no? Mag-activate agad, no? It automatically calls, no, pag it is activated. So yung system dials niya, nagda-dial siya ng selected number. Okay, the system dials the selected number. Pag nasagot na, so merong recorded voice message. May ganun, no? May recorded voice message para i-inform yung receiver na merong emergency na nangyayari or merong intrusion na nangyayari or may intruder na nakapasok. Oh, okay? That's how it works, the dial alarm system. Okay, so those are those of the different alarm system. Okay, next we proceed to the kinds of alarm. Ano na ba yung mga iba't ibang alarm devices? Kinds of alarm devices, that is alarm devices. Okay, meron tayong tawag na audio detection devices, okay, vibration detection device, metallic foil or wire, laser beam alarm, photoelectric or electric eye device. So, isa-isahin natin yan. Ano ba mga itsura ng mga alarm devices na yan, okay? Okay, first we have this audio detector device. Okay, first is the audio detector device. Okay, so the audio detector device, no, it will detect any sound caused by attempted force or entry. So merong tinatawag na supersonic microphone speaker. Okay, this one uh, installed sa mga walls, so ceilings and floors of the protected area. So nadidetect niya yung mga sounds no, that is caused by force entry. O kunyari nag-break yung glass or may drilling, may hammering na nangyayari or even loud impacts, no? Okay, meron siyang yan microphone but that is very sensitive microphones. Okay. These are usually installed sa mga walls, no? Sa ceilings. Okay, to detect unusual sounds. Okay, nag-activate yung alarm. Okay, so saan to madalas ginagamit? Sa bangko din, no? Sa mga, lalo-lalo na yung mga jewelry stores. Okay. Another is the vibration detection device. No? It will detect vibration naman yung nadidetect niyan. Okay? So, it detects vibration that is produced when someone attempts to break through the walls or ceilings din, yung windows, or mga safes. Merong siyang special kind of vibration sensor na naka-attach sa building structure. Pag may mga unusual na nangyayaring vibration, so nata-trigger yung alarm. Okay. So usually, this vibration detection device naman, ginagamit siya sa mga bolts, sa mga safe, no? O bolt, nilalagyan ng, alam, what's this? Limpak-limpak na pera or mga importanteng dokumento. Okay? So, usually, yung vibration detection device ginagamit sa mga bangko or mga high security na mga buildings. Okay? Next is the metallic foil. This one, the metallic foil or wire. Okay, it will detect any action that moves the foil or wire. Okay, yung metallic foil or on your wire alarm, it uses thin electrically charged strips of foil or wire na naka-attach siya sa doors or sa windows, no? Or sa glass surfaces. If yung foil niya or yung wire is na-cut siya or na-broke kaya or na-move, no, yung electrical circuit is nai-interrupt. So, nag-activate yung alarm. So, usually ginagamit yung metallic foil wire sa mga glass doors. Okay? Mga entry doors, okay? Or mga display windows. Okay, next is the magnetic door contact. Okay, so it is a protected device usually placed on the door and window which can send notification when opening and closure occurs. Okay, yung magnetic door contact, okay, it is a sort of sensor, a kind of sensor na ini-install siya sa door, okay, tulad niyan, or sa window, okay, nadidetect niya yung kung mayroong mag-open or mag-close ng door. Okay, without authorization, yung magnetic connection, it breaks, no? And then, yun nag-activate yung alarm din. Okay, the other one is the panic button. So, this is often located under the counter or table, this one, no? Okay, so this is an emergency alarm. No? The panic button is an emergency alarm switch. Ayan. I-switch mo lang. It can be pressed silently during dangerous situation. Kunyari, sa bangko, sa teller table. O, pag nang rob ng bangko or sa mga store kaya, no? Sa ilalim ng lamesa ng lagayan ng mga pera, no? Okay, or drawer, money drawer, no? May mga hostage incident. So, ito, isa-sound lang yung, i-switch lang yung, press silently this one. Okay, that is what we call panic button. It immediately sends silent alarm sa mga security personnel or even kung nakakonect ka sa law enforcement without informing the offender or without causing kung hindi mahahalata ng perpetrator or ng infiltrator, no, or ng offender. Okay, usually ginagamit itong panic button, ini-install ito sa mga cashier na counter, mga convenience store, no? Usually mga reception desk, merong panic button. Okay? Another is the laser beam alarm. Okay, it is a laser emitter floods a wall or fencing with a beam so that when this beam is disturbed, ito pag na-disturb by a physical object, so nagsasound yung alarm. Okay, it uses, again, yung laser beam alarm, it uses beam projected across the wall. Yan, there is a projection wall to wall, no, across the wall or the fence kaya or entrance to create an invisible security barrier. Pag sinabing invisible, hindi mo nakakita, no? Pag may tao na pumasok dyan or may object kaya na nai-interrupt yung laser beam, nag-a-alarm siya. So the alarm is automatically activated. Usually ginagamit itong laser beam alarm sa mga museum, no? Or mga meron ding perimeter areas, no? Or mga high security areas. The other is photoelectric or electric eye device. Okay, it is an invisible or it could be visible beam is emitted, and when this is disturbed or when an intruder breaks contact with the beam, it will activate the alarm. Okay, say for example na kana. Sige, so that is, it uses an invisible or naapoy visible light beam between transmitter and the receiver. So pag there is someone nga mo cross or someone mo i-block niya ang beam, na the connection is interrupted. So mo na yung makakos nga mo activate ang alarm. So usually pod ni ginagamit siya sa mga building entrances, no? Napod sa mga parking areas, no? Usually. Okay? So now let's talk now about the types of bank alarms. Na po yung meron ding mga iba't ibang klaseng types of bank alarms. Okay? What are those? Ito, foot rail activator. Ayan. Sa baba naman yung kanina dito under the table. Okay, foot rail activator. It is placed on the floor. Okay. Sa floor siya nilalagay in such a position na madali lang ma-activate ng teller, no? Ipi-place niya lang yung kanyang foot doon sa rail, no? Para ma-activate yung alarm. So, again, the foot rail activator, saan siya naka-installed? Sa floor, beneath the teller counter. Para nang sa ganun, yung kunyari sa bangko, bank teller, ma-activate niya yung alarm, ipipress niya lang with the front of their foot. So, somehow, merong silent alarm, no? Okay. Hindi nalalaman ng robbers na meron na palang silent alarm, na-activate na pala yung silent alarm. Okay? So, somehow, it allows the teller to keep both hands visible. Kunyari, parang hindi siya makakreate ng, what's this, uh, confusion or disturbances, no, sa nangrab. Okay, para hindi maka-alert or it can cause alertness sa kanila. Okay, so muna nga pag pagtingin sa mga kamay niya, hindi naman nagda-dial, hindi naman kumokontak sa law enforcement, so hindi man gumagamit ng cellphone. So hindi nalalaman na meron palang naka-install doon sa kanyang as a foot, no? Okay, without or it reduces suspicion from the rubber somehow. Okay, next is the knee or thigh button. Okay, it is installed inside the teller station so that they can be activated by knee or thigh. O knee naman. Okay, knee or thigh naman. So underneath din siya or inside the teller's counter. So it is activated paano by pressing it with sa kanyang knee. Okay, sa tuhod. So, somehow, it allows the tellers to secretly request a sextance. So, hindi na din na-activate siya without using hands. Okay? Okay, the other one is the foot button. So, foot button is concealed switch placed in on the floor near the teller's workstation. So, like the foot trail, it permits alarm activation while both hands remain clear in view of robbers. So, sort of o mura-mura silingan ra ni sila ni foot trail activator, no? Okay? Another is double squeeze button on this one. Okay, double squeeze button. So this is uh, requires pressure on both sides of the device to activate the alarm. Hence, the probability of accidental alarm will be lessened. So it is a kind of alarm device that requires pressures no on both sides of the bottom bago siya mag-activate. Okay? So sa bangko din no, bangko din another high security, high risk areas na facilities. Okay? Kasi somehow it reduces false alarm. Okay, so we're done with this mga alarm. So doon naman tayo sa we're going to talk about locks naman. Okay? Locks. Okay, what is lock? Lock is defined as mechanical, electrical, or meron ding hydraulic or electronic security device, no? Oh, so what is the purpose of lock? Okay, bakit may lock? That is designed to prevent unauthorized access pa rin with everything. With it could be building, it could be room, no? Container or any protected area. Okay, so it works by securing doors or other mga entry points and can only be open using yung kung ano yung susi talaga. Okay, or it can be open through code or it can be open through card, okay, or authorized method na provide na ikaw talaga yung may-ari niya, no? So, si lock class, isa siya sa mga oldest na ng klase ng lock, no? Eh, oldest na siya na klase ng security measures. Okay, security lock rather, but it is the most effective forms of physical security. Okay, uh, we have different types of locks. Okay, first, okay, meron tayong tinatawag na key-operated mechanical lock. Okay, so it uses some sort of arrangement of internal physical barriers. Okay, so it is a key. It is the most common, the key-operated mechanical lock, the susi, no? Ito yung pinaka-common na klase ng lock. Magagamit ka lang ng physical key para mag-align yung kanyang internal parts. So, basta yung may mga tumblers, yan, no? Okay, para ma-open. Okay? So, mayroon talagang special cut key, no? Yung key operated mechanical lock. Nag-align doon sa internal mechanism para ma-turn, no? Ma-turn yung lock. Kung mali yung ginamit, so it blocks the internal parts. So hindi siya ma-open. It prevent the lock from opening. Hindi na siya kailangan ng electricity, no? Yung key operated mechanical lock. Ay, alam natin yan kasi yan yung usual na ginagamit, no? Kasi afford lang, no? Madaling mabibili. Okay? Another is padlock. Okay? Okay, padlock. This one, padlock. Madali rin din kung madaling mabibili si operated mechanical lock, mas madali si padlock, no? Okay, portable and detachable. So this one it is not portable. Okay, portable, nadadala, nadidetach, no? Meron siyang metal shackle. okay, that passes through a staple or chain and locks into place. Okay, meron siyang sliding house, okay, which passes through a staple ring and then made fasten or secured. Okay, pwede siyang ma-remove. Hindi na siya, hindi kailangan it is permanently attached. Okay, it is suitable for temporary or movable security. Sa mga locker, no? Kahit nga sa bahay, ginagamit natin to. Poor version. Okay, next is combination lock. Okay, what is combination lock? Okay, it uses numbers, letters, no, or other symbols as reference point, which enables an operator to align manually. Okay, a combination lock is paano siya ma-open? Okay, open mo lang, i-follow the correct sequence na may sinet ka numbers, sinet ka na letters or symbol instead na gumagamit ng key, no? Katulad sa pag-open nito in this one, okay? But it does not require, the combination lock does not require a physical key. So, the users manually align the correct combination para ma-unlock. Okay? So, pwede siyang ma-reset, pwede din siyang ma-change, no? So, ang advantage nito is uh, yung mga makakalimutin. So, makakalimutin kung saan-saan naiiwan yung key, yung susi. So, it is advantage, no? Kasi memory lang ang kailangan, no? Okay, next is the code-operated lock. Okay, so code-operated lock, paano ma-open? Pressing a series of numbered button in the proper sequence. So, proper sequence ng numbered buttons. O, enter mo lang yung security code, no? Okay. Para ma-unlock. Hindi na din kailangan ng key. Katulad nung kanina. So, madali lang din siyang i-change, no? So, it allows multiple authorized user na maka-access doon sa area. So, usually, ginagamit siya sa mga laboratory, no? Or mga restricted areas. Okay, the other one is the electrical lock. Okay, electrical lock can be open and closed remotely. O, ito na yung de-remote na lock. Okay, so, kasi there is now uses of electricity para makontrol yung locking and unlocking mechanism niya. So, paano ba siya ma-open? Ba-open siya by, it can be operated remotely or may switch or mayroong control panel. Okay, the other one is card operated lock. Okay, ito yung sa mga usually ginagamit sa mga hotel, no? Okay, the card operated lock. Okay, it is operated by a coded card. Okay, ma-open mo lang yan kung meron kang authorized card, i-insert mo lang para bang nag-ano ka na, parang nag-withdraw ka lang ba sa ATM, no? I-insert mo lang or yung iba, pwede din i-swipe or yung iba pwede din i-tap, okay, para ma-read yung card, no? Provided na ikaw ay, ibig sabihin, pag nag-read is, you are authorized para pumasok doon sa kwarto na yun, no? Or sa area na yun. So, sa mga condominium, card operated na yung lock na ginagamit, no? Okay? Meron din sa mga business establishment, billing area lang, no? Okay, and the other one is biometrics. Okay, biometric is a machine that can be used for identification of human by their characteristics or traits, which is also used as a form of identification and access control. So, pag sa biometric, merong individuality, it identifies individuals. So, gagamitan ng kanilang unique physical or biological characteristic, yung tinatawag nating fingerprint, no? fingerprint natin. No? Instead na may mga key, mga card, paano ma-access? So, gagamitan ng fingerprint. No? No two individual has the same fingerprint. Okay, pwede din yung iba din na mga types of biometrics. No? Facial recognition, pwede din sa eyes, no? Pwede din sa hand, no? Pwede din sa voice. High-tech na ngayon, no? Ang daming klaseng biometrics. Okay? Somehow ibang level na din itong um, biometrics na security, no? Kasi very high level of security na to. Okay? Next is so those are those, no, with the kinds of lock. And then we're going to proceed with the key control na. Okay, so ito na yung mga dami-daming kasi ng mga key, no? Change key, submaster key, okay. Familiarize nyo lang. Okay, so when we say key control, it is defined as the management of keys in a plant or business organization to prevent unauthorized individual access to the key. So it is the management, the distribution, or the storage and monitoring sa mga different kind of keys, no? In the specific organization para talaga masiguro na only yung mga authorized person lang ang merong mga access doon sa mga secured areas ng isang building or sa isang establishment. Uh, kung hindi nyo alam, no, an effective key control system, somehow it helps para ma-prevent yung mga unauthorized entry or loss of keys and even theft, no, and even yung mga posible na ma-duplicate yung mga keys, no. And key control, it also ensures accountability by recording, no, kung sino talaga yung responsible for each key. So we have different types of keys that is used in key control. Okay, again, we see key control management, ha. Okay, so first is change key. So pag sinabi natin change key, a key to a single lock. It is a key that operates only one specific lock. Okay? So it opens only one door. Isang door lang or isang lock lang yung kaya niyang i-open, no? It provides limited access for security purposes. So, gagaya halimbawa sa isang business establishment, only yung employee lang yung pwedeng mag-open ng isang key sa kanyang assigned office, no? Okay, submaster key, a, a key that can open all locks within a particular area or grouping. So, ma-open niya yung lahat ng locks within particular section or particular department or particular area, no, in addition to the individual change key. Okay, so specific group of locks. So, it is usually ginagamit siya ang gumagamit ito yung mga nagdadala is mga supervisor or mga department heads, no? So, hindi din niya ma-open yung locks that is outside sa kanyang assigned area. Okay? Next is the Mason key. Okay, the Mason key, it is a type of submaster key system which is very common in apartment houses and office buildings. Tenants are given a single key that operated both their apartment and the main entrance um, door lock. So, si Mason key, this is a special type of submaster key system. So, again, saan nga siya usually ginagamit? Sa apartment, no? Sa even condominium, mga hotel, no? Okay, so it allows the one key to open both the occupant's individual unit and yung main entrance. So, mas convenient siya. Okay? So, it is yung halimbawa yung tenant, no? Okay? So, the tenant may use one key to enter both the apartment building's main entrance, tsaka ma-open niya din yung kanyang own apartment. That is Mason key. Okay, next is master key. Okay, master key, a special key capable of opening a series of locks. Now, it can open all locks in the facility. Okay, another special key that is capable of, kaya niyang i-open yung multiple locks. Okay, within entire facility na talaga. Kaya niyang ma-open yung entire facility while each individual lock can still be opened by its own change key. So again, kaya niyang ma-open. So the character of the master key ha, tandaan nyo, kaya niyang ma-open lahat ng locks in the building or in the facility. So usually ini-issue ito sa mga administrator ng isang building or ng facility, manager. Okay? It simplifies access kasi during, let's say, example, maintenance or mga emergencies or mga inspections, no? Okay, another is the Grand Master Key. So, a key that can open everything in a system involving two or more master key groups. Okay, Grand Master Key is higher level na ito na key. It can open all locks na ha, that is belonging to two or more master key groups. Okay, this is the highest level of access na pag merong Grand Master Key, it is the highest level of access na within the key system, kung pag-uusapan natin yung key system. So, this is used in large organization, no? Merong mga multiple buildings, merong mga multiple departments. So, it is usually, ini-issue lang siya, binibigay lang yung Grand Master Key sa mga top security officials talaga, no? Okay, or yung mga matataas na posisyon ng kumpanya or ng organisasyon. Okay? Okay, so those are those for the types of mga key control, no? Again, change key, submaster key, mason, master key, grandmaster. Okay, meron pa nga yung grandmaster eh. Okay. Okay, so that's all muna for this lecture series class, and then there will be another lecture series naman kasi sobrang taas na, no? Okay, thank you so much for listening the discussion. I hope you learned something.